Today we're going to unpack why Black women struggle to grow hair and exactly what you can do to reset your skin's no turnover.
Before we get to the drama, let's start from the top. I arrived at Coco V Braiding at 6:45 a.m. Immediately upon arrival, I was greeted at the door. I told the lady exactly what I wanted. She gave me a price, $200 for mid-back braids. She then told me it would be $240 for 2 packs of braiding hair. When I get in the chair, somehow it changed to $280 because it was $40 per pack of human hair. Then they really threw me because she said, "Sister, help me make it quicker and separate this hair for me." I said, "What the fuck do you mean I have to separate my own hair?" Girl, I came here to relax my nerves. I'm not trying to do work at 7 o'clock in the morning. But here I was, separating the hair. Amidst that, Helen was slaying my hair as the vendors walked through. And then, all of a sudden, this happened.
I don't care about your name. I'm not running nowhere. I'm saying one side. One side. That's outside here. You play with that. Hey. I gotta get to him.
Shit, took the wig off.
What you got for the child? Go over the child. Oh, the child. Go over there, man. Just go.
Look, I had to make it to a doctor's appointment. I need to do it by 3 o'clock. I got to get before 3, so let's calm this down.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say nothing to my sister, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say nothing. Look at my ass, look! Look at my ass, look! I know you saw that in my ass. Huh? Look!
Can I do what? Is she gonna fit? I have an appointment I need to go to. Like, and how many rows?
One.
How long is it gonna take? I have a 3 o'clock. Don't, no, we're not gonna be rough with my hair though, because you're mad.
But save the drama for your mama because Coco V did that. To my
I know when things they need to know when you
Baby, that is too cute and too messy for me. I was talking about a part 2. Here's your part 2. And I'm gonna answer y'all's questions. What were them people fighting about? Baby, I don't know. I didn't ask no questions and I don't speak the language. She just kept saying, she keep trying me. I got 6 sons and 1 daughter. She don't want no problem in here. Baby, I don't want no problem in here. Okay, so before you call them, let me get the body here. So, finish my hair up. You call whoever you want at that point. Just don't have me involved when your sons come up, okay? Where did it all begin? When I pulled out my camera to record, that's where it began in my eyes. It's not like they were exchanging words. The lady who was braiding my hair, I felt like she was antagonized. She was being bullied maybe because she was sitting there with her headphones on. I didn't even get her name. She went straight to work in my head. So I don't know if they had prior words or a prior animosity. This was my first time at the shop. So I don't know how the hell this came. It literally came out of nowhere to me. I was dozing off and then it popped off and I was up and I pulled out my camera to record. So y'all talking about go back to the shop and see what happened, man. I'm not going back to the shop. I'm never going back to that shop. I don't care what happened. No, I'm not. That's not my type of atmosphere. I don't want drama. I don't want a cute hairstyle and tea. I don't want that. That's not what I paid for. And let me be clear. I didn't put another creator put a price list, and I'll see if I can get it in and put it in here for y'all. The price didn't continuously change. The lady who gave me the price, she gave me $200. That's the base price for the hairstyle. Now, and it has at the bottom of add-ons, it's $40 for a pack of human hair. I guess she didn't know it was, I guess she didn't look at the price list, or maybe she was new at the shop, I don't know. But she went and asked somebody, hey, she's got 2 packs of hair she wants to get done. How much is it? Somebody told her 40. So she said 240. Then when I got in the chair, that's when they're like, oh no, it's not 240, it's actually 280. And if you look at the price list, that is correct. Did I pay the full price? I paid the full price. Even though I had to separate my own motherfucking hair, yes. Okay, I was thinking about my time too. Again, I had a doctor's appointment to get to. If I didn't make it to my doctor's appointment on time, even though it was a telehealth appointment, she didn't need to know that. I wanted to do that in the comfort of my home. It was my therapy appointment. I wanted to make my therapy appointment. I'm glad my therapy appointment was right after it, because I needed it. Now I need the therapy appointment. Okay? It was, so she finished 5 minutes before my appointment. If I would have missed my appointment, I would have had to spend an additional $100 if I would have missed my appointment. So I helped her out so I can get out on time. And are people going to have something to say about that? Sure you are. Would you have got up in life? Right. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you have a babysitter. Maybe your kids are in school. Mine are not. Mine are at home with me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So whenever I can get out and get these types of services done, I have to do it when I have somebody there to watch my kids. So I couldn't just leave and go, and I don't know how to write. So this never would have happened. So I had to take what I could get, unfortunately. But now I know, like, and a lot of people were saying in the comments, like, that's how it is in these shops. Okay, thank you for that. So I thought it was just that shop, but if it's all shops like that, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna go to them because I need peace. And so yes, I paid the full price. Should I have gotten a discount? Absolutely.
So what I want you to see right now is the difference between the braiding salons or the random salons that y'all walk into and professional cosmetologists like myself. It's two completely different things. Look at how many people are at that braider shop. Look how many people are sitting around. Look at the chaos that there is versus the woman that is on the left that is in her own private studio and it's just her. There's nobody else. It's just her and her client by herself. Nobody else can see her insecurities. Nobody else can see her balding. Nobody else sees anything. Yes, she's being filmed, but I'm more than positive that she asked her client if whether or not it was okay. And when I was standing behind the chair, my clients low-key got offended if I didn't pull my camera out. So these are things that I really want y'all to understand and things that I want y'all to look at. It is two completely different things. It is not the same in any way, shape, or form. Moreover, look at this. You guys think that this is cosmetology. This is not cosmetology. This is hairstyling. There's a difference. A hairstylist that has not been to school to learn anything about the human scalp, skin cell turnover, and all of the things has no idea the type of weight and the type of blockage and the type of disorder that she's causing to the scalp, layering all of these products on. There's literally no way for her to know that. It has nothing to do with anything. It's all about hairstyling and how to make it look good. And Black women fought so that they don't have to go to school to learn how to actually do black hair. Black women fought so that they do not have to fight to learn the science of the human scalp, so they can all just do whatever they want to do. And if you don't believe me, I don't care, because I have facts that we're about to pull up right now. But this is not hair care, this is hair styling, and it is a very big difference. Let's get into it.
Arizona woman does so much more than style hair. She made history. Arizona native and accomplished stylist Essence Farmer has been braiding hair since the age of 12. I think a lot of Black women just got to a place where they wanted to embrace their natural and authentic selves and their own beauty, because we've always been shown another standard. Her iconic hair design featured in Essence magazine and in the National Museum of African American History in Washington, D.C. Whatever flows out of you, you give to your client. Your client's able to just be able to wear it as almost a piece of art. But it wasn't always easy for her to be that artist. Arizona law made it difficult to open up her own hair braiding salon. So they told me I had to have a license. At the time, Arizona's Board of Cosmetology required 1,600 hours of classroom instruction, even though not a single hour of natural hair braiding instruction was included in the program. I took up issue with it because the things that I did, which was braids, locks, twists, they didn't teach nor did they test on it. and at a cost of at least $10,000. All that time that would have spent going to cosmetology school and the money, to me, just didn't make sense. So at just 23 years old, and with the help of the Institute for Justice, she challenged Arizona's cosmetology licensing laws, arguing they stifle job opportunities and suppressed a vibrant expression of culture. It's just a lack of inclusiveness because of ignorance. You know, if you don't have to really think about other people and include other people, you probably won't even, make concessions. In April of 2004, then Governor Janet Napolitano signed Senate Bill 1159 into law, allowing all natural braiders to practice their art without the hurdles.
Now, when they say without the hurdle that they're talking about is learning this, the actual science of the human body. They're looking at you learning the science of the human body as a hurdle. Like, I don't want to have to do all of this. It don't matter. All I want to do is do hair and make money. I don't care about the science of hair. So when you guys comment on my channel saying, how come they don't know about the science of hair? How come they don't care? Well, you guys told them that it wasn't a requirement.
I realized I made history. Essence now travels the world teaching and speaking on how to be successful in the hair braiding industry. It's crazy to know that I've actually done something that will change the trajectory for many people who are in this industry. Paving the way for braiders like Adelaide Good, who now owns Rare Essence Salon. She says her goal is to help build confidence in her clients, especially clients of color.
It has been seen so often how many times women and men and children have been discriminated based on certain styles they wear naturally, and it's so protective for our hair, but it's demonized.
But in recent years, she says, attitudes towards black hair is evolving.
Parents with children of color who want to have locks in their hair or braids in their hair, I think they are starting to speak up a little bit more to make the change.
And as we celebrate this Juneteenth, it's just the whole idea of freedom and being able to, one, be able to be you. I think that's the reason why I opened up Rare Essence, was to be able to make men, women, and children feel comfortable being their authentic selves and being free to be that, whether it's in their professional life and their personal life. And for many years, we didn't have a place to go.
I love y'all, but for so many years they have used black women. We don't have a place to go. We don't have products that are for us. We don't have this because nobody wants to learn the science. But this is a woman who decided that learning the science of hair isn't important because all she wants to do is braid your hair and give you cute hairstyles. The health of the human scalp has never been priority for the natural hair community. It's been about giving you guys cute styles that make you feel beautiful about being black. And of course, the Crowns Act was important. Yes, you having locks are freaking beautiful, and nobody should say that you can't have a job because you have locks. But that's a lot different from just skipping over an entire field. Let's keep going.
A new law will allow certain cosmetic professionals to practice without regulation from the state of Mississippi Cosmetology Board.
Yeah, Governor Tate Reeves signed House Bill 1312 into law April 9th. The bill would allow eyebrow threaders, eyelash technicians, and makeup artists to work without an esthetician's license. The bill is the result of several lawsuits filed by the Mississippi Justice Institute and years of litigation. According to a spokesman from MJI, prior to the new law, these specific professions needed hours of training that didn't apply to their skill sets.
So MJI took legal action for Amy, and because of that, as you can see, the business is still open and it's still thriving and they're doing great. And now anybody in Mississippi who wants to apply eyelash extensions for a living can do that.
Now, with this new law, the Cosmetology Board can't impose fines, civil or criminal penalties against unlicensed workers of these specific trades.
African-style braiding is a way of protecting black hair naturally through twists, locks, and braids. No chemicals are used, just natural ingredients. It's a practice usually passed down from generations.
Today, basically, I'm doing a lock maintenance, a lock retwist, cleaning up the lock shaft just to keep the locks healthy and nourishing.
Diamond Grayson is a licensed natural hairstylist in Chicago, where the state requires 300 hours of classroom and practical experience. Across the country, hair braiding requirements are inconsistent. 26 states don't require licensure at all. Some states require specialty license with 50 to 500 hours of training, while more extreme states, like Idaho and Montana, require a cosmetology license and 2,000 hours of training. For comparison, it takes an average of 150 hours of coursework to become an emergency medical technician, a job where you're helping save lives. Not only is licensure time-consuming for some students, but costly as well. This inconsistency raises a question not only within the hair braiding community, but nationally.
So basically, the argument has been within the industry by the people who are calling themselves team natural professionals is that you don't need a cosmetology license, or you don't need to learn the science of the human body to perform services on the human body. It's too time consuming. Most of the people that are servicing you right now feel like, why should I spend all of that time going to school? I have to hurry up and make money. This is too much.
Should hair braiders be licensed at all? The notion of regulating black hair is not new. It has roots in American history.
Black hair was regulated by slave masters who shaved the hair of enslaved people of African descent as a means of control and punishment.
In October of 1670, a Virginia law directed slave masters to give repeated runaway slaves a hair close cut. And Cobb says even the hair of free blacks were regulated. In the 18th century, a New Orleans governor administered the Tenon Law that required free black women to bind their hair in handkerchiefs rather than adorn it with feathers or beads.
The regulation and punishment was a way of taking away both distinction and personal autonomy.
If regulating black hair was a way to enslave black people, then is hair braiding licensing, which can take time and money, just another way of oppressing and suppressing black people today?
Since I felt like Annie Turnbull was looking down like, do it, girl. Like Madam C.J. Walker was like, do it, girl, mess it up, then mess it up. So to say that for us to finally be able to say, no, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I'm not just Mimi that does hair in the basement. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I can file this on my taxes. I can buy a house with this profession. I can do so many things. I can stand in a room with dermatologists with this cosmetology license. To say that it's nothing and to compare it to slavery, really?
Licensed hair braiders we spoke to say it's not about limiting black hair expression, but rather protecting consumers by training stylists on the basics of health and hygiene.
If you went to the doctor, would you be okay with somebody who didn't go to school to be a doctor? Your basics come from school, absolutely. When you go to school, they teach you things about sanitation, they teach you things about marketing, biology of the scalp, face. They teach you about certain disorders like alopecia, the different types of alopecia, what causes them.
Diamond, Denisha, and Letitia believe that licensing is important to hairstyling, but the hair braiding community aren't all alike. Some entrepreneurs just want to do hair without learning the other aspects of cosmetology. We're driving an hour away from Chicago to Maryville, Indiana. The state doesn't require any license to braid or style natural hair.
I braid hair part-time to supplement my household income, to help put food on the table and pay my bills.
Kinyura Price is a single mom with 2 kids. She's not making enough as a certified nursing assistant, so she's turned to braiding. And because the state doesn't require her to be licensed, she's using it to her advantage.
Why should I go to school to do something that I already know how to do? You're not relaxing, you're not dyeing hair, you're not perming hair. Clients come washed and conditioned already. I don't wash and neither do I condition their hair. I just braid their hair when they come to me or when I go to their home.
Now, I need you to hear me when I say this. You heard her with her own mouth. She's doing it so she can make money. That is what she's here for. And she has a skill braiding that people want. And she like, why do I need to learn anything about the human scalp? I'm just braiding. I just have my hands in your head. Like sanitation. There are so many different things. And this is why most braiders are clogging the pores full of edge control and all of these things, because they didn't go to school. school. There's nothing required of them, and they can do it legally. Like, this is one of the main reasons why I said, you know what, this isn't the industry for me anymore. Let's keep going.
Kiniera believes that there shouldn't be a braiding requirement at all, but she does think there should be an optional safety and hygiene course.
We think there are 1,000 ways in which people can learn a skill. What occupational licensing does is only set up one path, the government path, that is often captured by schools or people who sell textbooks and want to earn money.
Lee McGrath works for the Institute for Justice, an organization fighting to deregulate braiding licenses because they say it stunts job growth. Currently, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island have bills looking to repeal braiding licenses.
So understand that when it's hard for you to find a cosmetologist or a professional or a good one, it is because the industry is full of people who just want to play in hair. And professional cosmetologists like myself have been fighting against it but losing the battle, because guess what? These product lines, they prefer to work with people who have no education on the human hair shaft and the human scalp, because the women who haven't been to school, the women who don't know anything about the structure of the human scalp, women who haven't studied biology like you have to in cosmetology school, don't understand what type of damage they're doing by greasing, oiling, and buttering the scalp. It's so important, but remember, it doesn't matter anymore. It's not something that you guys care about. So the state has just went ahead and joined in with black women and said, okay, y'all don't need it. It's taking you too much. Get your money.
Advocates for government really miss the boat that the most powerful regulation, far greater than a piece of paper hanging on the wall, is word of mouth.
Black consumers spend nearly $500 million a year in hair care. With that much consumer power, perhaps it'll be consumers who decide whether braiding license matter at all.
I mean, it's the quality of your work that matters. Honestly, that's how I feel.
The quality of your work that matters. Honestly, that's how I feel.
You've probably seen these before.
So this was part of our demonstration, on base, off base, half base.
And you're most likely familiar with a comb.
Difference between sanitizing and disinfecting.
But when you go to a salon to get these services done professionally,
Is your sink sanitized properly?
with tools used on dozens of customers before you, you probably assume the salon knows what they're doing.
It's more than glitz and glam.
Charlotte Wooten is a licensed cosmetologist who owns Center of Attraction Hair Gallery in Duncanville. But the state congressman from Plano, Matt Shaheen, believes extensive training isn't necessary. He proposed House Bill 1705. If passed, cosmetologists wouldn't be required to have any certification. He argues in a statement, quote, Texans that are willing to join the workforce and compete, especially low-income Texans looking to improve their lives, should face the fewest obstacles possible.
Please pay attention to what they just said. Rewind that. He literally said, because y'all broke or because y'all don't have that much money, it's gonna be hard enough for you to get some money together, for you to go get the proper education that you need to make sure that you're getting the right education to practice cosmetology, so you're not hurting people. So because y'all don't have the money to do it, and because it's already hard enough for y'all don't have to go to school to do hair professionally. This license don't matter. Forget it. They don't do it with anybody else. Everybody else is still going to school, even though technically by law, if a person of another race wanted to say, oh well, I don't want to get a license either, I'ma just work as a licensed braider, then they can't say anything to them. But none of them are doing that. They're all still going to school to learn the science. But understand that when y'all get online or when y'all come on my page and be like, oh, Cyn, the cosmetologists that are out now are so trash, they so trash. I know they are, because For years, cosmetologists like myself have been fighting and filing lawsuits and trying to fight against the Team Natural community that's saying forget cosmetology licenses, you don't need none of that. And these women are opening schools, like the one of the women that you saw in here that fought for it and was like, oh, I made history. She got the cosmetology license basically thrown out, and she has opened up a school and has never been a cosmetology school. She has no formal education on the human hair shaft, the human scalp, the body system, the biology of the body, nothing. But has opened a school, and these women who are walking around like, I'm a Team Natural stylist, I'm a Team Natural specialist, these are the same women who have went to places
Representative
like
going on to say it is shocking, and he used that word shocking, that the average EMT is required to complete 120 to 150 hours of training, whereas cosmetologists, they need to get 1,500 hours of training. Charlotte disagrees, telling me these hours are necessary to make sure that you, the customer, stay safe.
And Charlotte looked, she was like, what did you do? I said, I just came from a nail salon.
Angela Gormer is one of Charlotte's customers. She knows beauty can come with a price after she suffered from a bad pedicure.
And my leg was like orange.
Charlotte rushed Angela to the ER, where doctors gave the diagnosis, a staph infection.
I learned that through going through beauty school.
Angela has never gotten a pedicure since, and Charlotte, she started a petition online against House Bill 1705.
Because I stand behind this chair hour after hour.
In Duncanville.
And it's personal for me.
I'm Ariel Placencia.
The girl is on fire.
With 30 years of hair extensions, braiding, and hair replacement techniques under her belt, Lillian Anderson is a wealth of knowledge.
So you trim this off, and it looks like hair growing out of their head.
But it doesn't take an expert like her to know the demand for her services is through the roof.
You guys don't even know. Extensions market is huge.
Her business has been going steady since she started nearly 3 decades ago, but the hoops she had to jump through have been intense. Back before 2007, hair braiders like Anderson had to go through hours of cosmetology school to be licensed.
Listen, it's always been about money. It's always been about money. But your scalp is skin, and just like the rest of your body, it needs circulation, hydration, and detox support. So when the scalp is dry, inflamed, or clogged with buildup, like the stuff that you get during your braiding and things of that nature, it restricts follicles from growing freely. And that's why you might see flaking, itching, or stunted growth, even with your lovely protective styles. Braids can reduce manipulation and protect your ends, but they do nothing to directly nourish the scalp or the follicles, which is where all of the magic happens. Now, this woman on the screen, this is somebody that purchases from me, and I have an ongoing relationship with my customers where I check in with them. And this is when she let me know, like, okay, I've been drinking blue tea every day, but girl, I don't know, something's going on. Like, my scalp is flaking a lot. And because Black women have stood behind their cultural practices with braiding, none of you have decided to go to school to understand what's actually happening to the scalp when you see flaking, right? When you see flaking, you automatically think dry scalp, so you put oils and butters and greases on it. But the truth of the matter is that's not what's happening. Now, this woman is somebody who, uses my blue butterfly pea flower tea from Cynple Apothecary, and her scalp is flaking. It is not a bad thing, especially if you are coming out of Team Natural, or if you're a person who's always wearing protective styles that are actually neglective styles. These are the things that you may notice. But my love, if you're drinking blue tea and you see flaking on the scalp, you need to throw a party, all right? Because blue butterfly pea flower is rich in anthocyanins, which is a group of antioxidants that boosts your blood circulation, fights inflammation, and supports healthy skin regeneration. Listen, so when you drink this tea regularly, you're encouraging your body to do the following things. Number 1, increase your scalp's blood flow. this is delivering more nutrients to the hair's follicle. So all of those scalp massages y'all doing, you know, that dumb stuff that went viral for a couple of seconds, doing a 2-hour scalp massage, oh my God, drinking blue tea on a regular basis does that. Next up is going to detox the lymphatic system, reducing internal stagnation. So if you are somebody that's blocked up on the inside, blue tea will clear out the things that are blocking you. It's not just going to give you a laxative. It's not a laxative, but the things that are blocking you is going to completely flush out. All right. And then it stimulates skin cell turnover, helping the scalp to shed old dead skin and make a way for healthy new growth. That's why some people notice flaking after starting blue tea. It's not a bad sign. It's often the body's naturally resetting itself, the scalp's natural rhythm and purging buildup. That is what is happening. And there is a reason why blue butterfly pea flower tea is the very first herb that I open my apothecary with, because I say all the time, you cannot put new wine in old dusty bottles. So blue tea is the first thing that anybody that hears the sound of my voice should have in their repertoire. Why? Because it's detoxing the scalp, resetting your skin cell turnover cycle, which is completely thrown off if you've been going to these braiders. Now, the reason that I added all of that information at the beginning is so you can really understand what got you here, because so many people come on my channel and they're like, oh, Cyn, you tell us everything of what not to do, but you don't tell us what to do. And that's one of the main problems that Black women have. You think that you can completely negate and look over all of the things that you've done in your past and then just start anew today without going back over the things that you did to really cause the destruction in the first place. It does not work like that. Before you should take any other tea, before you do anything else, you need to start with blue butterfly pea flower tea, if we're talking about herbs, right? But just in general, right? Even if we're not talking about you purchasing herbs for me, in general, if we are talking about starting a new healthy hair growth cycle, you have to get rid of the things that came before it. And the reason that I added all of those things from braiders and all of the things and them skipping over school is because no braider that has not been to cosmetology school knows anything about the human scalp, and none of them have the accountability to tell you, hey, I don't know anything about your scalp. All I know is how to put these braids in. And that is the reason why most braiders are packing the scalp full of oils and butters and greases. Why? Because they don't understand the human hair growth cycle. They don't understand the human skin cell turnover cycle. They don't understand how many forms of yeast and bacteria that live on the scalp and how much they love the oils and butters that you guys add. Right? And for that reason, you guys follow all of these women blindly. And not only do you do that, you put cosmetologists like me and the braiders that y'all go into in the same boat, and we're nothing alike. The video or the picture that I added at the beginning of this video, I showed you guys the difference between like a regular hair salon and the type of places that you guys have been going to. And there is a huge difference. There is a very big difference when you walk into a braid shop, right? And this is coming in part 2. I'm going to give you a visual representation of the difference. When you walk into a braid shop, there are at least 20 women sitting there waiting for their turn, versus if when I was standing behind the chair, none of my clients even knew each other. So I had some women that worked together, and after 2 years of working together and 3-4 years of coming to me, they found out that they both went to me at the same time, but they kept me a secret. And there were never 15, 20, 30, 40 women in at one time. There has never been a time where a woman that I did not know, that I didn't talk to, just randomly walked into the shop and said, hey, Cyn, can you do my hair? That has never happened. And if she did, I told her, no, here is my website. You could book a consultation and then we'll go booking your appointment after that consultation. But see, the thing is, y'all don't want that. That's an issue for you. You think that cosmetologists like that are too moody and are stuck up and bougie. They charge too much. So what do? You go to the places that you could just get in the car and just walk in. And then you guys compare braiders, unlicensed, uneducated braiders, to licensed professional cosmetologists, saying things like all hair salons are like this. No, all of the hair salons that y'all go to are like this. In my last video, I was getting on professional cosmetologist head, and in that video, in the comments, which I'll leave in the description box below, in the comments of that video, people listed so many professional cosmetologists, and not one of them gave you the ability to just walk in. You can't just walk in. None of the women that are left in the comments are accepting walk-ins. None of them accept walk-ins. Not a one. So there's a difference, you guys. So what can you do? What can you do to your hair in the time frame that it's going to take you to find a real professional cosmetologist? Because these African braiding shops know nothing about the real health of the human scalp, nor do they care about it. Because it is about making money and nothing else. They don't care about your hair. They don't care about your scalp. They don't care about how long you're going to be in there. That's why they take anybody. You walk in, when they get the time, they'll do it. That's why 2 to 3 of them are on your head, because it's not because, oh, they just want to make it so much better for you. No, it's because they take walk-ins, and it's 20, 30 women sitting on the couch. So they want to make sure that everybody's going to be seen. So if somebody not busy, they hopping over there and they're going to all braid your hair. And guess what? If it's 4 people braiding your hair, whatever money you pay, so you paid $200, that first girl is not the one getting that $200. They're most likely all working on commission. So that $200 or however much you paid them, they're going to split up between all of the women that were braiding their hair. It is 2 completely different realms, 2 completely different energies. So as a black woman, to compare licensed cosmetologists to braiders who literally skip the line and say, we don't care nothing about their scalp, we don't got time for that, I have money to make, I have kids I need to take care of, I don't care nothing about learning the science of the human body for them. We have to make money, I have to take care of my family. So what can you do? Again, you need to hydrate like it's your job. And when I say hydrate, I am not talking about putting things on your hair. Water fuels detox and keeps your scalp in supply of proper hydration. So as you are drinking something like blue butterfly pea flower tea, you also need to be drinking water, aiding all of the key constituents of this herb in flushing out your body. You are in co-creation. It's not just, oh, drink a tea and then that's it. No, your diet also needs to be inconclusive with that, and your patterns need to go in conjunction with that. Within the growth cycle blueprint especially, you know exactly how to detox the scalp. A scalp scrub, combing and brushing. These are the things that you go to when you see flakes, not oils, butters, and grease. If your skin is dying off, right? If it's dying off, making a way for new skin, why would you rehydrate it and keep it there? It's like putting glue on the dead skin that's there and forcing it to stick within your hair. Hydrate yourself. Next, you want to make sure you use a gentle scalp exfoliant at least once every couple of weeks, especially if you're noticing the skin cell turnover cycle coming up, right? This is what you want to do. Next up, you want to massage your scalp, and you do not need oils, baby, to massage your scalp. You do not. All you need is the balls of your fingers, and your scalp produces its own sebum, and the more you massage it, the more you bring it out, right? And keep sipping on your blue tea. Slow and steady wins the race, baby. Like, once you reset the hair growth cycle, all of the things fall in place. Once you reset your skin cell turnover cycle, all of the things fit into place. I have another video coming actually really soon, the very next video, so keep your post notifications on. It's literally going to be full of people that have done this portion, right, with the blue tea. They've taken blue tea, they've followed the regimen, right, and then after that, now they're seeing, oh my God, I can see all of these new itty bitty hairs in the places where there was no hair before. It's all coming up. You know why? The skin the skin cell turnover cycle has been reset. And now that the skin cell turnover cycle has been reset, all of the negativity that you have from all of those braids and the twisties and all of the things that you put in your hair because you think it's a protective style has been reset. I don't care what anybody says. Black women have the slowest hair growth cycles because Black women block their hair follicles and completely disrupt their skin cell turnover cycle like nobody else. Like nobody else. And the reason is because the women that you follow, the women that you listen to are the women from this video that fought, that literally fought and had filing multiple lawsuits to the point where our country was just like, you know what, forget it. Every other race of woman has to go to school to get an education to touch people's hair, but not Black women, because they don't have time, and because of slavery, they don't have the money and all of the things. Black women are not able to learn the science like everybody else, so they don't have to. And that is the main reason why Black women suffer the most with hair care. And whether y'all want to believe it or not, the facts are the facts. And in this video, I know it's a longer one, but I added all of those video clips just to show you I am not making these things up. There were full-fledged laws passed so that Black women do not have to go to cosmetology school. These braiders and all of the things that y'all are going to and a cosmetologist are nothing alike. So the experiences that y'all having with these braiders and with these team natural people and all of that jazz, it's all on you. Why is it on you? Because you're not requiring a license when you walk in. You're not letting somebody who's never been to school to deliver your baby. So why are you letting them do that with your hair? These are the things that we have to think about, and these are the things that we have to take accountability for, right? I really hope that this video didn't make too many people, feel away, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, we have to get to a place where we are able to have conversations without offense. And I want to know what you think thus far about this video. Let me know in the comments, and I want to talk to you. I want to know, I really truly want to know what you think about this video. I know it was a long one, and I know it has many parts, and the parts that need more detail and more nuance, we'll get that in the next video. So again, make sure if you're confused about anything, you talk to me in the comments, and I promise you, I will answer your question in a video form the same way I did this one. I love you guys so very, very much. If you want to get your hands on my blue butterfly pink flower tea to reset your skin cell turnover cycle, then just check the links in the description box below. Out of every herb within the apothecary, this is one that will always be there. So make sure you check the other videos on this blend, and I will see you in the next video. Actually, I'm sorry, not blend, because when I say it wrong, people be like, I thought you said it was a blend of herbs. No, this one, the blue butterfly pea flower, is sold by itself in the bag. Just that, nothing else. All right, I love you guys so much, and until our next video, bye. These braiders know how to braid hair very well, but they know absolutely nothing about the human anatomy of your scalp. Nothing. And the more oils, butters, and greases you put on your hair, the more you're gonna need my blue tea. See you later. Bye.